One day at the Atlantic Ocean in North Carolina. Sunrise, empty beaches, warm water, and by the middle of the day, heat, tiredness, and decisions you start to regret. Kure Beach, Fort Fisher, the Aquarium, and one trail I probably shouldn't have taken. What's actually worth it here, and what's not? I leave Charlotte at night, about 4 hours on the road, and by around 5:30 in the morning, I'm already at Kure Beach. The place is just starting to wake up. Fishermen already on the pier, a few people walking along the shore. You hear the ocean before you really see it. That constant sound of waves mixes with humidity and that very specific ocean smell. If you've been near the Atlantic, you know it.
I am happy.
The light keeps changing every few minutes. Clouds moving fast, sun trying to break through, and it feels like the sky can't decide what kind of morning it wants. 1 second soft and grey. Next moment, everything lights up. I set the camera and just let it run. No rush. And this is the part I didn't expect to enjoy this much. Because nothing special is happening. No big event, no action. But somehow that's the point. You just stand there and watch. People fishing, someone walking a dog, waves coming in again and again. And slowly you realize you don't really want anything else at the moment. No heat yet, no crowds, no noise. Just space. You walk along the beach for a while. The sand is clean, white, stretches far in both directions. You can easily spend a couple of hours here without even noticing. And the longer you stay, the calmer it gets. At some point I just stop filming again. Not because there's nothing to shoot, but because it stops being about the video. You just stand there, looking at the ocean, and for a few minutes nothing else matters. Honestly, it doesn't take much. Just you, the ocean, and a bit of time without pressure. And this is probably the best part of the whole day. Before the heat, before the crowds, before everything speeds up again. Quick practical thing. Parking is free early in the morning, before around 8 am, and also free after 6 pm. During the day it's paid, but cheap. So if you plan it right, you don't even need to pay. After sunrise, I drive a few minutes down the road toward Fort Fisher. It's literally 5 minutes along the coastline, past Wool's classic beach, houses on stilts. And yeah, it already looks like a movie. At some point, you just stop thinking about filming and start looking around. Ocean on one side, houses on the other, almost no people. Time to get into the Atlantic. Last time I did this was about 7 years ago in Portugal, near Cabo da Roca, at Praia da Draga. Feels like it was yesterday. Same ocean, different side. Parking here is easy. In the morning, free. Plenty of space, no stress. September, early morning, almost empty. Just ocean, sand, wind, and Wool's lifeguard towers what look exactly like something from an old TV show. And then the water. Surprisingly warm, because in Portugal it was cold, really cold, and that was June. Here, completely different feeling. You walk in, waves hit you, and after a few seconds you just stop reacting. White sand, very soft. Waves constantly rolling in, pulling you back a little every time. And again, that same state. You stop thinking, no plans, no rush, no what's next, just ocean. And yeah, this is one of those moments. Simple, but you remember it. Eventually, I get out. There are basic facilities here. Changing rooms, restrooms, a place to wash your feet. No proper shower though, at least I didn't find one. And honestly, I was really hoping for it, because sand here gets everywhere. Not just on your feet, not just in your shoes, everywhere. Mixed with small shells, stuck to everything, refusing to leave your body. I wash off what I can, throw on dry clothes, and at this point I look like I've just survived something. Somewhere between a normal person and a background character from Pirates of the Caribbean. And yeah, that sand stayed with me way longer than expected. Properly got rid of it only when I got back home. Time to move on. Next stop, the Aquarium. North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher. From the parking lot, about a 10-minute walk. This is one of 3 state aquariums in North Carolina. It's not huge, but it's done properly. Everything here is focused on the local ecosystem. Atlantic Ocean, coastal waters, marshes, reefs, everything that exists around this part of the state. Sharks, rays, jellyfish, sea turtles, local fish. It's not trying to impress you with size. It's trying to explain what's around you. There's a lot of information, interactive parts, clear structure. You don't just walk through, you actually understand what you are looking at. Ticket was about $16 with taxes. Completely reasonable. Outside, the area is well maintained. Paths, greenery, small gardens. After the aquarium, I walk around a bit more and start noticing all the small local wildlife. Spiders, insects, things moving in places you don't expect. Not my favorite part, but it's part of the environment. If you are already here, definitely go in. Especially if you have kids or just want to understand what's actually in this ocean. But I wouldn't drive here just for the aquarium. As a part of the trip, it fits perfectly. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to support the channel, links to Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee are in the description. After the aquarium, I decide to check out Basin Trail. On foot, middle of the day, full sun. Not my best decision. I'll be honest, I don't recommend it. Unless you really enjoy suffering. The idea sounds fine. A trail, some nature, a viewpoint. In reality, heat, sand, and a long walk with very little payoff. You are basically moving through sand most of the time. Sun right above you. No real shade. There are paths through vegetation, but that doesn't help much, because everything there is alive. Something is always moving, crawling, flying, existing way too close to you. The viewpoint at the end is nothing special. After all that walking, you expect something. You don't really get it. If you have limited time, skip it. Go back to the ocean or spend more time in the museum. If you have a full day, sure, go try it. But don't say I didn't warn you. Then I move into the Fort Fisher area. At first, it doesn't look like anything special. Just open land, grass, and ocean on both sides. But this is one of the most important locations of the Civil War. In the 1860s, this was the last major supply route for the South. Weapons, supplies, medicine, everything came through here. Most other ports were already blocked. This one still worked, and Fort Fisher was protecting it. It wasn't even a classic fortress. No stone walls. Built from sand and earth, which actually worked better by absorbing artillery instead of breaking. In 1865, a massive combined attack by the Army and Navy. Thousands of soldiers, ships, heavy bombardment. At that moment, the largest amphibious operation in US history. Fort Fisher falls. Supply lines are gone. Wilmington falls soon after. A few months later, the war is over. Today it's a park. People walk here, look at the ocean, climb the rocks. Those rocks are not natural, by the way. They're there to protect the coastline from erosion. There's also a small museum here. Not big, but very informative. Weapons, maps, models, explanations of that actually happened. That day filming inside wasn't allowed, so I only have photos. But if you want to understand this place, it's worth going in. Because without that context, it just looks like land and ocean. With it, it's a turning point in history. Around 5 p.m. I am back at Kure Beach. Not the same person anymore. Tired, sunburned, slightly destroyed. At some point during the day I turned into a boiled lobster. My skin is reminding me of that decision. So first task, fix the damage. I find tallow lotion and use way more than necessary. Lesson learned. Don't underestimate the sun, especially if you spend the entire day outside. At the same time, I got everything I wanted. Sunrise, ocean, all planned locations. Now there's only one thing left. Then I remember, I have a drone. Brand new, never really used it. Perfect timing. I check, flying is aloft. Let's try. I expected problems, but it's actually not that hard. Hardest part is landing. Everything else is pretty intuitive. While waiting for sunset, I practice a bit. I thought people might get annoyed, but it's the opposite. People stop, watch, smile. One guy even comes to talk. And yeah, men never really grow up. We just get more expensive toys. Then the sunset starts. Beach, pier, houses, coastline. This is one of those moments you don't need to comment on. You just let it happen. Kure Beach and Fort Fisher are not a classic resort. No luxury, no show. Just the ocean. Everything depends on timing. Morning and evening, perfect. Midday, a test. If you approach it right, this is a very strong experience. Simple, real, just one long day by the ocean. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.